All right, so episode 5 of the JMCC podcast. I'm Terrence.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Walter.
All right, our first topic today is, of course, the Steam Summer Sale. Every year, certain times of, certain holidays, Valve likes to pretty much be amazing and give us like the cheapest deals on games ever. So we figured we talk about the games we bought and games we recommend and games we, just beat from this Steam sale or other ones if you have any. I know so far I've only bought 2. I might buy some others. I finally got Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition, which was like $5 or something, and I got the game Ninja Blade for 10. Brandon, what did you get?
Oh, so much shit. I'm working now, so I can actually afford things, and it's just been a fucking Christmas day. I've just been by. I'm going to be getting Skyrim. Now I want to blank out on all this shit. I got Overlord 1, 2, and the expansion pack for 1, Raising Hell. I've got Star Drive. I've got Endless Space. I bought the expansion pack, all of the expansion packs to Anno 2025 or 2030. It's a city builder.
Okay.
I bought the item shop game. It's an indie game where you play the item shop owner in an RPG. And
That's awesome.
You just got to deal with the crazy crap that heroes want you to get. I bought it just based on that and the fact that you get like this fairy that is your destiny. She's like, you have to open up an item shop, and it turns out she's just the fucking capitalist douchebag. What else did I get? I got Just Cause 2. I've got Imperia. I'm going to be getting that soon. I'm going to buy my friend Anno 2030 because he got hit on his wish list. And I'm probably going to end up getting Borderlands. Just keep buying. It's just going to be crap I don't even play. It's just going to be there. And then fall, I'll deal with the after summer sale. Why the hell did I get this?
Exactly. I only bought 2 games as well. I bought Bully, I think Scholarship Edition, whatever that is.
Getting that.
Yeah.
It's so popular.
Yeah, I only buy like games that are like close to $5. If it's like 10 or over, I don't even do anything. But I bought that, and I bought another game called woes, I believe, a game where you're basically controlling giants that are terraforming to make the world habitable for humans. So yeah, those are the 2 games that I bought.
As far as recommendations go, the one I can think of, and it's really popular right now, is the Surgeon Simulator 2013.
Yeah.
I haven't bought it. I've downloaded the prototype version, which you can find online. You can just Google it, Surgeon Simulator 2013, and you can get the prototype, and it's just, one little level is like, do heart surgery. And you can watch all the gameplay, and it's so funny. It's like the simplest stuff, like obviously, you control the hand with the letter, so it's hard to like pick stuff up, and you're just like knocking glasses over and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I had the hammer, and I just like hit it on the chest, and like it just shattered. I had to like knock all the bones and things out of the way. And when it took me a few times, but I finally did it because it was heart surgery or heart transplant.
Yeah.
So I finally was able to cut the heart. I took it out. And then I put the other heart in. I thought I'd have to do something. It just stopped. Like I just threw it in the cavity. And it was just like, all right, I'm sure he'll live. So
yeah, exactly.
And in the full version, they have like an ambulance mode where like stuff's bouncing around, and they have it where you can actually use the stuff on yourself. So the person had like anesthesia, and he like stuck it in his own arm, so it was just like wavy and stuff.
Yeah.
And he had like brain surgery, and he just swung the hammer, just knocked the guy's skull off, and it's just like the bones just shattered. So it looks really cool. It's actually a super indie game. It was made by like 4 people and 48 hours for Game Jam. And so since it got so popular, it blew up. I think it's only $5. I think I might get it, but like I said, it is actually really hard to do it because the controls are so weird. But it's a really silly and it's a really fun game to play. So if you like sort of dark humor type game, I think you really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, if I was going to recommend anything so far, I'd probably have to recommend Star Drive. That game is an indie game. It was literally made by one person, and he sort of just released the beta, and he made a promise to the people who bought it at the time that he was going to do regular updates to fix it. I haven't really been keeping up with the update history of the game, but it's a really good indie game. You pick a race to start out as. It's sort of like Civ 5. You pick a race to start out as, and you get a home planet. Your race has certain traits about them that makes them special, makes certain things harder or easier. You can also take on negative traits to get points towards positive ones, or to get rid of other negative traits that you don't want. It's got some. It's fully modded. You know, before he even released the game, he released mod packs so that people can actually start modding it. And it's just a really fun game. It's real time. You send your ships out to colonize different planets, discover things that are on different planets, and the reason I really, really, really like it is because it has a race of katana-wielding samurai bears.
That sounds cool.
With like Neo Tokyo armor on.
Yeah.
They are just, they're awesome. I saw that and I was just like, I want this game now.
Yeah.
That kind of makes me want to get that.
It's katana-wielding bear samurais.
Samurai bears.
Yeah.
It is just like awesome. And they have mastered space travel. So it's just like you see this orbital dropship pod come out of nowhere, boom, hits the ground, and you're like, oh God, what's coming out? One of the Greys, some type of Slenderman? No, they just like rip out, and they're in. It's like samurai bears. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
No one can beat that. They're laser wielding katana using samurai bears.
Yeah. I really haven't played too many games on Steam, but I do like I do not know how to pronounce the name. Rius. Okay. I really like Rius. It seems like it's probably an indie game. Probably not too many people were on the development team for that game. But I don't know. It looks very nice. It looks professional. I'm just saying. It basically, like I was saying before, you are basically this kind of like a god, and you control, I think, 4 different giants. You control a rock or a mountain giant, you control a water giant, a leaf giant, and I believe a swamp giant, and you basically terraform the world to make it habitable for humans. I enjoy it. I have another game like it, I think, from Dust, but I enjoy this one a little bit better. I couldn't. It's 2D. This version is 2D. It's a little bit easier, but on the same kind of level, it seems a little bit more complex than From Dust. And you basically help humans develop civilization, and you can also destroy the civilizations if the humans become hostile, or you might have to do it to kind of further the advancement of another civilization, another group of humans on the same planet. But yeah, you should check it out. It's really cheap. It's like maybe $5, maybe under that on Steam right now. So yeah.
One of the good deals. Cheap game, good deal.
Yeah, cheap game, good deal. Yeah.
I guess something for holdouts would be if you don't have, like Grand Theft Auto or something, you could definitely buy 4, and they have the whole pack, whatever.
Yeah.
I mostly,
episodes
yeah.
from Liberty City, I think.
The main reason I want to get it is because of mods. I won't, because I of course have the game and I bought the DLC when they came out on their own. But
Yeah.
if you never bought GTA 4, you can get the episodes for cheap and have like amazing mods. Like one I just saw was someone basically retextured the whole game to look like GTA 5.
Really?
Yeah. And so the graphics, it looks like, GTA 5 coming out. And then, of course, you have, like, all the other insane graphics where, you can check out anything on YouTube. Guys watch, like, the Hulk mod where people are just, like, punching cars and, like, like, just one punch and then, like, everything blows down the street, all types of silly stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, like, all the older ones, too, GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, all of them, insane amount of mods. And like you mentioned, you were getting Skyrim. Obviously, they have
Mods.
tons of mods aplenty for that.
Yeah, you've
and
probably seen mod videos
yeah.
on the internet.
Plus
Everyone
they have
has
the
seen the Macho Man Randy
yeah.
Savage tweets. That's what I want. That's why I would buy that. Just on the beginning of the game, we can just see that.
plus they have the creator kit now, which I thought was really cool. Like that's why I really want to get that one, but I'm still super cheap, so I'm gonna wait for it to be like 20 for all of it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, people making their own levels and things like that now, so that's also really cool. If you're like a holdout or whatever, you can get stuff on Steam and have like the coolest version of it. You know, like Left 4 Dead and all those, you know, custom levels, things like that that are pretty cool.
Nothing beats Steams and the modding, because now that they have the community pages, you can pretty much just instantly download mods that people put on there, and it just does the crap for you that you would normally have to do.
Like coding, yeah. It's like instead of all day, you know, trying to figure
Figure
out
out.
what to put into the code and stuff, yeah. It's just like a regular download of a movie or something now.
It's really good. And for anyone really interested in it, they have this thing going on now with the trading cards, where you download games or you play games and you get all these trading cards and things. And I haven't read up on it, but it looks really cool and it looks like it might be towards something. I have no idea what.
Yeah, I have a couple of race trading cards as well. I don't know. I think you can sell them on the market maybe, and I believe maybe Steam gets a certain cut. I don't know
That'd be
why
pretty
you'd
cool.
want to buy trading cards though.
On digital trading cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, digital
They,
trading
I feel
cards.
like because they do this, you know, all the time, they could do something for Team Fortress.
Probably.
Like that.
They probably, yeah.
You know, there's always something for Team Fortress coming out. Also with the Surgeon Simulator, if you get it on Steam, they made a new update, so now it's all the Team Fortress characters that you're working on,
You
stuff
get to
like
play
that.
as the doctor.
Yeah.
Nice.
So as far as not recommendations, but stuff you might want to see that you haven't seen, what do you guys think?
They need to release Dragon Age 2 on there, because I'm playing Origins on hard mode, and that I can't beat shit. I mean, I got attacked by like 15 wolves, and it was just like terrible.
Yeah, it's you have to learn how to micromanage hard. Like you need to seriously know to micromanage your characters and know all of your characters' abilities to be able to play on hard in Dragon Age.
It's just ridiculous though. Like I was fighting shades, and I've got like, okay, well maybe if I have these two attack this one and these two attack this one, they can just get hit by the third one and they'll maybe kill. No, it was like no, they just tore them apart.
Yeah.
And then the same thing. It was like the wolves, and it's just like the wolves just mauled everyone.
The thing about Dragon Age is though, because of the leveling up system, whenever I make a tank, which I think is Alistar in the first one, and a character maybe named Aveline in the second one, to be a good tank, you have to be able to hold threat. You basically have to be a character that the enemies want to attack, but then you also have to be able to take damage. So there's this weird point in the beginning of the game where either my tank draws all the enemy fire and can't handle it, or my tank can handle enemy fire, but everybody wants to attack the rogue. That's,
Putting people
stabbing
down.
them in the back. So, yeah, but I would like to see Dragon Age as well. It would be nice. I have them on PlayStation 3. I'm still mostly a console person, so most of the games that I want. I have them on console already. But I like seeing kind of the older games. That's why I got Bully, because it's just nice to be able to have some of those some of the games that you missed out on. I don't know. What about you?
But since you mentioned Bully, it actually made me think of the Warriors. I don't know if you ever played the game.
Yeah, I did play the Warriors. I would snatch up the Warriors in a heartbeat if that was on Steam.
I had that on PS2, and that was like before most of my games got stolen.
Yeah.
But if you've never seen the Warriors, it's a classic film. It's a really sweet movie,
Yeah.
and the game is one of the better video games based on the movie ever, really.
It's one of the best licensed games that's not like definitely.
And it's pretty much, I guess, the best way to explain it, because it is by Rockstar. It's pretty much Grand Theft Auto without all the guns and stuff. Like, it's not an open world game, but there are sections like you can be at your base and you can go out into some of the blocks around and you can break into stores. If you do it right, the alarm won't go off and the cops won't come. It's 2 players, and how they did it in that game was if you're playing together, if you're really close, it goes to one single screen, but when you split up, the screen splits in half, so it follows you both, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And overall, the game is it's really amazing. It starts off 6 months or something before the movie, and then it goes all the way through. But that was a great game. and like I played it like crazy.
But the basic premise of the movie is that there are several. Basically, you are a gang called the Warriors in New York City, and all the different gangs in New York, which all have crazy themes. Like there's the Turnbull ICs, I think, which are guys in like face paint and like baseball gear. I feel like there's like a roller gang or something like that in the movie.
There's
I can't
a million
remember
different
exactly.
80s names. If you can think of an 80s random name, it's probably
I
in
think
the
it was
movie.
70s.
Or-
Maybe
yeah.
maybe early
It came
80s. I can't remember. But so basically all the gangs of New York meet up for a giant meeting, and the kind of leader, the person holding the meeting, is murdered, and it's blamed on the Warriors. So they have to fight their way out of New York with all these gangs trying to kill them. So that's the basic premise of the movie. It's a nice. It's actually the director. I have the same name as the director of that movie, Walter Hill. So I'm not
I'll
named
have to watch
after
that.
him. But yeah. So. So definitely, if the Warriors was out on Steam, I'd snatch that up in a heartbeat. But I do like seeing like the older games that you missed or that you may not own anymore, because I do sell games, or I did sell games to GameStop, so I don't have a lot of my old ones. So that would
And,
be really cool.
something for the Warriors. Everyone's heard it. It's the reference when you hear like come out and play. That's from the Warriors.
Yeah,
So like
Warriors
everyone's
come out and play.
like pretty much everyone's heard that, but people don't know what it's from.
Mm-hmm.
Something else I'd like to see. I'd love to see Ninja Gaiden. It's probably on there. And I just never
I'm
looked.
surprised it's not on there.
Yeah.
But like if they put out the Sigma versions of the games, I definitely pick those up because they have so much content, to Ninja Gaiden.
That
So,
actually brings up, when you guys play Steam games, do you have controllers, or do you use keyboard and mouse?
controllers.
I know how to use my mouse and stuff now. I can't do controllers anymore. Like,
Really?
when I first- like I've like shifted towards
Yeah.
PC gaming because I don't have the. It's easy.
Well,
Steam makes it so much easier.
Well,
to
you
buy
buy
cheap
like a lot
games.
of the MMOs and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was saying,
'cause
like
I
keyboard
only
and mouse,
buy.
right?
I pretty much buy games that are on
Adventure
consoles.
games.
and they
Yeah,
port it and
so-
stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
like
cheap.
I started off, I was console gaming. I couldn't get into PC gaming. The WASD was just weird to me, and
Yeah.
space and shift. My fingers were like cramping.
Yeah.
But then after a while, it just became natural,
Yeah.
and I can't use a controller
Yeah.
on a PC anymore. It just doesn't feel right.
Really, I feel like I can do both because I played Warcraft for several years, so I can handle a keyboard and a mouse. But when I'm playing like a Bully or a Grand Theft Auto or a game that was kind of made more like let's say non-first person style games are easier for me on a keyboard or on a controller than a keyboard and a mouse. And also, I played Mirror's Edge. I have Mirror's Edge on Steam, which I didn't buy on sale, but I believe it might be on sale right now, so you might want to check that out. It's weird for me playing that game.
It is certain games like I have to use like for older games or things that I have played on a console. The WASD isn't going to cut it.
Yeah, like
But
Too
if
much
I
of a
have the
transition from
right.
something you might have played for like hours and hours.
But if there's something that has the option, you can use a controller versus you can just use keyboard and mouse. I'm just gonna use a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm just too used to it. And also, like I said, I don't pretty much buy like any of the MMO games. So everything I have is pretty much it's all like single player or regular adventure games. Like I have Borderlands on Steam, and I just use my controller because it's on Xbox, so it has like half support, which I thought was weird because it was Borderlands, but most of the games I buy either have half or full support for controller.
I hate when I buy like a game that was like an older ported game that doesn't have support though. Like I bought a Legacy of Kain game that didn't have support, and I can't.
You have to download things that'll take
Exactly.
I use Motion Joy.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
with
Motion
PS3.
Joy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Motion Joy thing, I love it. I use it when I play Oblivion just because there's so much stuff that I want to do and I'm so used to doing that I need a remote.
Yeah.
I've recently taught myself to just use the keyboard and just go because I never learned how to do numbers naturally while in a comfortable position. So I started using the controller, and actually Oblivion was one of the reasons I actually shifted there because on the Xbox and stuff every button has multiple functions,
Yeah.
but Motion Joy and the Oblivion game lack the refinement for you to be able to double this up. You know, this is your hotkey. The directional pad is your hotkey for your weapons. But when you're in a menu, instead of using the analog stick and you press down, but you're just too far to the left, it just shoots over a menu.
Oh.
You can use your directional. But it was like, no, it doesn't want to do that because it can't double up the options.
Yeah. I understand.
I think that's pretty much it for that. I mean, like I said, don't really use keyboard or anything except for like random flash games that I find online.
Yeah.
So current games you're playing.
I just beat Darksiders 2, which I mentioned to you guys. Playing Mark of the Ninja. I'm about to beat that. And these are both games I bought during the winter sale that they had. And, like I think like most people, I buy the games and just don't really play them because they're on my PC. I beat Sleeping Dogs. I don't know what I'm gonna do with Fallout because obviously it's gonna take like 100 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fun though.
Yeah.
Unarmed combat. That's just the best. That is just the best. Is just to walk up to someone and just like punch them in the face and ragdoll physics takes over. So it's just like, oh god. Head does like a 360-degree spin. Body just crumbles. Those are the best.
And I'll probably get mods for that, which I just thought about.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be pretty cool to, play with mods in that.
Yeah.
The gauntlets is what you're gonna run into. A lady, she works for like the Brotherhood, and she like predominantly punches, and then you get the ability to get her like power fist, and it's just like this big ass gloved hand of doom that you just use to punch things and steam shoots out. It's just awesome.
Nice.
You gotta get the power fist, man.
Yeah, that's about it though. So I'll probably start, because I also got Ninja Blade like I mentioned. I'll probably start that first because it's fast paced. Ninja game is probably like 8 hours or so I'll probably fly through that because I'm really excited to play that one. But other than that, I guess Borderlands I want to get through the game.
Yeah.
But it's super long, so I generally
one or two.
One.
Okay.
Because I got the Game of the Year edition, so I'm still like really only in the beginning of that game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
trying
it's
to get into that.
it's like it's not as deep as Bethesda, is that the name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
but
Bethesda game, but it's basically like a shoot 'em up with leveling.
Yeah.
So yeah, the story,
A lot of content.
a lot of content.
Plus
yeah.
the DLC, so.
Yeah, it's like leveling in an MMO by yourself in first person.
Yeah.
But I do like the game. But I'm not trying to make it sound bad. But I have both of them. My PlayStation broke, and before I learned how to fix it, which I have to do like every month or so now, I got Borderlands 2 on Steam. So I've played a little bit of it on Steam, but not too much because I did have it for PS3. So I thought that my PS3 was just junked. So, but the games that I'm playing right now, I'm playing Bully and I'm playing Rios. I do play Warhammer 40k every once in a while. I'm not very good at it. The what is it? The RTS versions.
Oh, yeah, that's
the
fun.
1s and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2. But I was actually looking into getting Chaos Bowl, which I've never seen actual gameplay footage of Chaos Bowl because if you go on the little Steam site, they show you the opening cinematic and they show you stills, but I just want to see what it looks like.
you gotta look up a Let's Play on YouTube then, because I never touch anything unless I see a Let's Play now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I just want to know what it looks like. But what sales did you guys miss, or did you miss any deals that you wish you had taken up on?
This time, no.
Nothing.
I saw the Surgeon Simulator was with some other game for probably the same price it is now. It just would have been 2 games.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the other game was though, so
Okay.
it's not really that big of a deal to me. And I'm still not sure if I'm even getting Surgeon Simulator.
Yeah. Well, I think on one of the first days that I was aware of the Steam sale this year, Bastion, I guess, was out for like super, super, super cheap.
Yeah, it was like $2.
Yeah, it was like $2-3, and I was just like, man.
You still haven't got that? I'm just gonna give that to you. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna give that to you. Bastion is so great.
Yeah, and also we were talking about this on one of the earlier episodes. I have a bunches of gift copies of Dota. So
if you want it,
yeah,
leave
write
a comment.
something in the comments section, and I will give it to you because they're just sitting there. And Dota's a fun game. It's a little slower than, let's say, League of Legends, which is what most people compare it to. Dota 2, I mean. But you might like it, and it's free. So just write something in the comments section if you're interested. But yeah, what we already.
We pretty much covered everything interesting.
So,
You know, what we want, recommendations, random little thing. If you like Assassin's Creed, those are all on for fairly cheap. Looking at the camera, but those are all on for fairly cheap. 2 and Revelations, I just looked at, they're only $5 a piece. 2 is probably my favorite one, really, because it has so much to it.
Yeah.
But check out Assassin's Creed. Pretty much all the games you've held out on, you should definitely check them out. BioShock Infinite is on for $30, and you can get 1 and 2 together for like 20 or something like that.
Oh wow.
BioShock 2, underrated. I liked it.
I like it too. I enjoyed
It was
it.
fun. The story was great.
Mm-hmm.
The Valve Complete Collection, which they always have. It's
Who raised an
$34.
evil big sister? Who raised
I
an
did.
evil?
I did both. I did the good one first, and
You
then
know, there's a
I
third
did
option.
half and half or something.
Yeah, there's if you raise her bad, and just before she tries to bring you back, you stop her. She's like, you raised me to be bad, and then you changed your mind. Now what am I supposed to do? And then it's just like you gave her her own choice, and she's like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Also, the Star Wars collection is available for like $60, but it's like so many games.
Yeah, it's everything.
It's like literally everything. All the Force Unleashed. All
I
the
want Force
Battlefronts.
Unleashed 2 really bad,
Mhm.
and because I wanted to get this special edition for Xbox because I had the Ultimate Sith edition of the first one.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have them both in like the 10 case or whatever, but there are like no copies left except like 1 on Amazon, so it's back up to like $60.
Okay.
But I think I'm just gonna buy like the PC version because it's like 6.
Mhm.
But on Steam I think it's 13 or something.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if I'm sure that it's a PC game, so I'm sure there are mods for that too. So
Oh yeah, mods.
Mhm.
Those
yeah,
mods
Star
make the
Wars
game.
mods, yeah.
Yeah.
So I might end up getting that anyway.
Mhm.
It's always fun to do that. I'm gonna say this. Have any of you two heard of Crusader Kings?
Yeah, I've had long conversations about what people do in Crusader Kings. I think
Have you played it?
I haven't played. Is that the one where?
You get to pick, like, you're in like Europe, and you get to pick who you want to be, and just try to make your way towards this defined year when
You
they
have to screw people over till you become the king, kind of.
to some degree, yeah, like that. The thing is, though, that I got it based off of I'm trying to remember the guy's name.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Him and Aaron have conversations all the time.
Yes, okay, so I was talking with them too, and I think it was Aaron was telling me that what he did was he became the spy master of a specific country, and he basically had it so his descendants married into the throne, and now he's just slowly killing off all the descendants till he's first in line.
Yes.
Because normally you could actually transfer yourself, I believe, maybe into the next generation, but he wants that one character to be king. So he's gonna kill like all of the current royalty. He's gonna kill all of like his relatives that are royalty until eventually it's just
Just
him.
him. That's the thing, though. Like I bought that based off of what they said because
Yeah.
it sounded amazing. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
It is so slow.
Yeah. I bet.
It is incredibly slow. I swear to I'm sitting in my room happy
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have so much espionage. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start killing kings and queens.
Yeah.
I'm like 3 hours in, and it's like I've done nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm so bored right now.
It's like the Kingdom Hearts 2 effect. You're so excited, and then it's like,
And then it's just like,
okay.
damn it. it. It's like I'm not knocking it.
Yeah.
For anyone who has the patience, play it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it would be a fun game if you've
Yeah.
got, if you think of it like chess, I'm gonna be this many moves ahead. But
Yeah.
like for me, I'm like the civilization type person. If I want something, I send massive army of things to go get it for me.
Exactly.
And in that game, you can't even like take land unless you have a legal precedent to own that land.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, like I tried to just take over. I was in like Ireland. I think I was Dublin. I wanted to take over one of my neighbors because I just wanted to expand.
Yeah.
I just had like troops surrounding their town,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, okay, attack.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. You don't have a legal claim. I'm like, fuck a legal claim, just attack. Who? There's no television system. There's no carrier pigeons. Who's going to know that I just wiped them out for no reason?
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, well, I went online, looked up how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh, well, you get your spy master to file a fake claim on that land, like your great grandfather used to run it, so you can fight for it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, well, there's a 50% chance that it'll happen. So in my mind, that's another problem I had with it, is the way percentages work. In my mind, 50% chance. Then the next year, if it doesn't happen, it's 100% chance he'll just do it. No, it's 50%
every time.
every year. It doesn't stack.
Yeah.
You can go for days trying to do that and never have it happen, or do it and it immediately happens.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's no stacking of percentages. It's just, and I was like,
It's a true 50%. Okay, it's like just flipping a coin over and over again.
right, literally just constantly doing. I'm like, so it's like, or you can get someone who has a claim that lives there, and you can invite them to your town, convince them to stay, and then fight for them to take that land. But what they don't tell you is that they own that land. So you need to come up with a way of you getting your descendants to marry them, and then but have to do that beforehand, because once they own land, fuck you, I own land, get the hell out of here, I'm not gonna marry your son. It's just convoluted as hell.
Yeah.
And then I got married to someone who owned land, and I was like, okay, she was at a lower standing than me at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, when we have kids, my kids will own this land. She's like, okay. But the game said no, so there's a clear legal document that says my kids will own that land.
Yeah.
She has my son. My son is part of her line, and he owns the land, but she owns him. I'm like, this bullshit.
Oh yeah. You technically have no legal claim over it.
Right. So now I just burned her city down. I was like, fuck it. I killed my wife.
Screw that.
And my son said, fuck it.
Henry VIII style divorce.
Exactly. Hunger ass. But it is a fun game. You can have a lot of fun time just describing the crap that you do.
Yeah.
Also, if you're gonna buy Crisis, I guess buy them individually. You'll say like 2 cents, if that really matters. Just a random thing.
Okay.
But the damage you do to your PC will be within
Yeah, exactly.
thousands if you try to run that game.
You have to put your computer in the hyperbolic time chamber. It must train before it can run Crisis 3.
You need to have just overclock it and then leave it under a waterfall.
You
to
need to
cool
have
it.
the supercomputer in Summer Wars.
There you go.
then maybe
Maybe.
you can play it.
That was how they stopped it, I believe.
Yeah.
They just opened up Crisis and the entire it just froze. They blew up one barrel and it froze. It was like blue screen of death. The laser printer just started shooting out papers. It was insane. That game seriously will destroy your computer. It will.
Yeah.
If you need a cooling fan, you need a warranty.
You need like a freezer to play in.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess
I
moving
think that
on,
contributes to global warming too. People just playing Crisis.
trying to play through the first part of the game or something.
Yeah.
What you were getting ready to say?
Yeah, moving on from Steam, I mentioned it before we started. For anyone who doesn't know, there is a new Street Fighter 4 coming out.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, it was announced at EVO.
Ultra Street Fighter 4.
So Ultra Street Fighter 4, it's made for EVO players for sure, because the opening of the trailer is people playing at EVO. So
Well, I think that the trailer was made for EVO players. The whole game definitely caters to that kind of fighting game community that takes fighters very seriously. But I wouldn't say it's any more geared to competitive play than any of the other ones. They all are probably equally
Competitive.
yeah. And I don't think anybody else watched Evo here, but I just want to say that I didn't watch all of it. I watched the grand finals for Street Fighter or Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I watched part of the grand finals for Street Fighter 4. And I just want to say that you should check out the grand finals, especially losers bracket for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It's really good this year.
Those get really intense.
They do get really intense. Well,
Like-
there was one specific person. I don't want to say it. I don't want to spoil. You probably know what it is already if you're part of the fight, or if you're kind of keep up with that stuff. But one specific person did really, really well, and it was really exciting to watch it live. I'll just say that.
Yeah, when you watch those, it's like if you're like me, you have like average at best, and then you see people pull off like the most insane moves.
Yeah,
It's
like watching people play Zero is just crazy.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Really cool though, but yeah. Ultra Street Fighter 4, it has 4 new characters. I'm trying to remember.
Hugo,
Hugo, Poison, Elena,
Relento.
and Relento. Yeah.
Yes. And then one more that's never been in a Street Fighter game that they don't want to reveal yet.
It's Mega Man.
Yeah.
It's Mega Man.
I feel
Mega
like-
Man from Street
yeah.
Fighter Cross Tekken.
I feel like it's instantly because I just watched a Game Trailers video for their Pop Fiction thing, which is where they talk about video game rumors and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I also found out you can play as Master Hand in Smash Brothers.
You what?
Yeah.
In
That is-
Melee?
yeah, that has been proved like 8 years later. Somebody figured it out. So
How? I'm gonna have to find
yeah,
out.
you have to look it up on YouTube. It is real, and somebody found it out after like all this time. It's pretty sweet. So I got to.
That is one hell of an Easter egg to
Yeah.
have been hidden for this many years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were talking about the character Shen Long, who is like, it was mentioned it was like a mistranslation in like Street Fighter 2 was supposed to be for their Shoryuken,
Yeah.
and people thought it was like a secret character, kind of like because it was during the time when Mortal Kombat had Reptile
Yeah.
as a secret character. So I feel like it might be him because they've been messing with that for years. You know.
Well, the
fans.
thing was, I thought that the Shenlong character was supposed to be Ryu and Ken's.
He's supposed to be
Teacher?
their teacher, and then they made it Goken.
Yeah, they have Goken already. So,
And then-
I don't know.
Yeah, like he has a quote from like Street Fighter 2 that references like the whole backstory of Shenlong
Yeah.
and stuff. So it might actually be him just to fuel the
Like,
rumor.
we need
Like I can't
information.
think
Yeah.
of anyone else who it might be.
I was thinking that it would be either a Capcom character that's not in fighting games, or a Capcom character that's in fighting games but is not
Just
part
not
of Street Fighter. But yeah, like I don't know if they need any more Shoto characters. And from what I understand, Shoto characters are the characters that fight kind of like Ryu and Ken. I'm not sure if that. I don't know
It's kind of
exactly how
unnecessary.
specific that is. If that means because Goken really doesn't fight like Ryu and Ken and Akuma. He has kind of different techniques that resemble theirs, but
Different style.
different style. And I don't know if like Dan or Sakura count, but yeah, there's a lot of characters that have fireballs and rolling kicks.
I feel like Dan counts. He's just super weak, and I feel like Sakura has a real twist on what it is. Cause like I like playing as her.
Sakura's like
Hers is
a-
like
Yeah.
it's almost like hand to hand, really. Like her blast is pretty much like a charging force stat.
It depends on the game though as well, because like when it comes to like Marvel vs. Capcom, she plays it. She's in Marvel vs. Capcom 3,
She's in,
no?
no, she's in 2.
She's in
but she
2.
pretty much plays the same. Like I think all the games I've played with her, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, well, Marvel vs. Capcom is different though, because I feel like her fireball is anti-air on the ground in that one, but there's no need to get the specific. But yeah, anyways, I'm interested in seeing what the new character will be as well. But I'm not interested enough to buy the game because I've already bought it like twice, and I just skipped out on the championship edition, so I'm not. I can't pick it up. I can't buy the same game from Capcom like 4 times.
Oh, they will get your money, son.
Yeah, exactly.
They
I
get-
will buy it 2 times, but not 4 times.
And they'll be like, oh, you will buy the Super Mega Ultra Edition
Exactly.
with Stitch.
With Stitch. the Super Ultra Disney Edition with Star Wars, Marvel, and Disney characters.
All in one.
All in
And
one.
a secret character. It's just Sora. It's Sora.
It's Disney versus Capcom 1. Greatest game ever made.
It's like Ariel's finisher move. She just summons a giant wave of crabs to just destroy
That
you.
would actually be pretty cool.
That would be like some hardcore fucking Disney. You got like Jane, like you can't play as Tarzan, but you can play as Jane,
Yeah.
and her finisher is to summon Tarzan, and he just mauls you.
Jafar, Wolverine, Darth Vader.
That is a team matchup. That is Walter Hill's team matchup. Jafar, Darth Vader, and Wolverine. Oh God.
Jafar and what's the tiger? Raja.
Raja?
Tiger. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
Shere Khan.
Oh, fuck.
He's got like Apu in there. For, I don't know what he'd possibly do. He'd just take the hat off and like a Gatling gun and just come out.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Shoot missiles
Holy
out of
fuck. Oh, you gotta do the Han Solo, Stitch, and you gotta get like Sebastian from Little Mermaid. That is the most broken team ever.
Oh wow.
Crazy fighting games, but
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. We need to invent that.
Disney versus Capcom.
Disney
It
versus
costs us so much
Capcom
money.
2016.
with special Nickelodeon character
Yeah.
debuts. It's just the entire
Yeah.
cast.
SpongeBob's just in there, no reason.
No reason at all.
Because SpongeBob.
this is Doug.
Doug. Oh, yes.
Quail
Doug.
Man.
It's Quail
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
He's got the Rugrats in there. Dare you to hit him. I dare you to hit Tommy.
Yeah.
You hit him once, his health bar just goes down. It's like, you win, you asshole. You just pushed the baby. Do you feel good about yourself? Tap X as fast as you can to stop from shooting
That's
yourself.
just someone's assist. They just hold out a Rugrat, and if you hit it, you automatically lose.
So just commit suicide like Mortal Kombat or something.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But I don't know. Capcom, I think I might get it because I haven't had it since the original 4. And then Super Street Fighter 4 came out. I was like, I feel like an idiot. Like I should have known
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
gonna have a second version,
But I feel like, I don't know. They're just testing the waters to see how long they can run it, though. How long
They will run this bitch into the
Exactly.
ground. They will Disney the shit.
I was
out of
thinking
it.
like I don't know why they didn't just make a 5, but I
Mhm.
mean there's more to it than just.
They're
I mean,
tapping into the Madden market now.
Yeah.
But like
also,
it doesn't even come out till early next year. That's what I was thinking. Like they
and
have all
new
this time.
consoles will be out by then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know what it's
Yeah.
gonna. I know it's gonna be on PS3 for sure,
Mm-hmm.
and
Probably
360.
360.
Yeah, but yeah, 4 characters, even more balanced. Like I did a whole video on this. Like I don't know how much more balanced it could possibly get. Like it should just be perfect, but you know, more balance, more levels.
Well,
I
like
don't
every
know.
time they add a new character, they have to balance all the other characters again with reference to that new character. So that's probably why.
With something, okay, I mentioned this in the video too. I doubt they did this, but did they have new openings and endings when they made Super Street Fighter 4 for all the characters? Did they do like a second one or something like that?
I don't know. Like I should know that, but I
I doubt they did, but
can't
that'd be really cool if, you know, this new version they actually made new openings and endings, or you know, like you could get both if you did it
Yeah.
twice or something like that.
Mhm.
I feel like that would be pretty cool.
I don't like that would be cool, but I think that they just do it because they know that there's a massive market of competitive
Yeah. Players.
fighting game players that have to have the newest version and have to be able to play with the newest balanced or rebalanced version of their characters. They have
They're
to
all
know.
the ones they added. Those are all from Street Fighter Cross Tekken, right? Because I know Poison
Was
in it.
Poison in it? Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure Rolento was.
Mm-hmm.
Elena, I had never heard of her. I think did they
She's
make her
in
for that one?
Street Fighter 3. I'm not sure. She's in Third Strike. I don't know if she was in the original because the third
She's
Street
not in
Fighter
Alpha
3
because I
different.
remember that one.
Yeah, like so. So after Street Fighter 2, there was the Alpha series, and I believe after the Alpha series, or maybe in parallel with like the last Alpha game, the Street Fighter 3 game started coming out. So Elena's from that. So, and there are 3 different versions of Street Fighter 3. There's the original, Second Impact, and Third Strike. Um, but anyways, I feel like that actually kind of angers me a little bit if they just took Street Fighter characters from Street Fighter Cross Tekken and put them in Street Fighter 4, because I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, I'd feel more comfortable giving them my money if I knew that they actually spent some development time doing it. And I know that you can't just take a character from Street Fighter Cross Tekken and put him in Street Fighter 4. They had to do balancing issues, and the sizes and the kind of style that the characters are in change as well. But they already had some of the groundwork if they had Poison and...
It's not like 4
Yeah.
new characters they haven't had in like 8 years and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like when, because I think in Arcade Edition they added Evil Ryu, Super Akuma, or Evil Akuma. I think Akuma's already evil. Or, and then Yin is... I feel like Yin and Yang sounds racist, but I think that's their actual name.
I think that might be.
Like they're the Gen, who's a character in Street Fighter Alpha, the Alpha series. I believe his pupils Yoon maybe, Yoon and Yang. I can't remember. His
the
pupils
blue and red
are in
guy,
Street
right?
Fighter.
Blue and red.
Yeah, one of them wears a hat.
Streets of Rage, or whichever. I think they're from Streets of Rage. It's one of those.
Oh, maybe they are, because Cody's from Final Fight actually, right? The
Okay,
guy-
that might be the one. I
Okay.
think they're all from that, and then
I
Cyber's
know
from
that
School
they're in
Rumble.
Street Fighter 3.
They're in, everyone's in Alpha 3. Like, if you have Alpha 3, or if you've never played it, pretty much everybody who'd ever been in that was pretty much
Yeah,
put
up
in
to
Alpha
that
3. It was
point.
kind of like
I think
the Mortal Kombat
Mhm.
trilogy thing they had, and it just had like every character pretty much. It was kind of like that.
Yeah, but okay, I think Ibuki, Dudley, the two brothers that I mentioned, who I can't remember their names, I'll look them up, and maybe a couple of other characters. Those were from Street Fighter 3, which I believe were released after Alpha 3. So Alpha 3 has most of the characters. Like Alpha 3 has like DJ. Like Alpha 3 has like the Street Fighter Turbo or the Super Street Fighter Turbo characters that they introduced in the beginning that hadn't been in any games like since that point. They brought them back in there, so that's like Street Fighter.
It's pretty much
Alpha 3 has a lot of characters.
for anyone who has, I guess Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It has like twice as many characters as that.
Really?
Or it might not be twice as many. That might be too
Like
much.
Marvel vs.
But it has
Capcom 2 has
more.
a lot.
Yeah,
It
it
has
has
more?
more. I'm pretty sure because I remember playing it. The squares are like small enough. They have to. Yeah, you can look it
I have
up,
to
but there are
look
so many
this up.
characters in Alpha 3.
Let's see.
Like I just remember, I only could use like 3 because I suck, but they had a ton of people.
It did. I think that probably had the highest or the highest amount of cast members in any like Street Fighter specific game.
We'll let you look that up. I'll put the information below, but I think we're gonna cut here for part 1,
Okay.
and then we're gonna come back with part 2 once we figure out all the different topics that we're gonna come up with. So, thanks for watching this one, and check out part 2.
Thanks, guys.